What if I told you that the biggest companies in the world are secretly hiring from the same talent pool that most entrepreneurs are missing out on? And I'm about to show you how to tap into this gold mine of A players that are accepting 70% less of salary and still will deliver the same results as an American employee. But here's what's really shocking. While most businesses in the US are struggling to find really good talent for $20 or more per hour and are getting mediocre people that really don't want to work hard, other businesses are currently hiring outside of the country. This is called nearshore and offshore hiring. It's a secretly tapped market where you can find people for $5 to $8 an hour and will work harder than any other American employees. This is called location arbitrage. These people are normally more educated, more loyal, and will actually work harder. They'll work 10, 12 hours per day and will literally not complain about it. Why? Because you got something that they don't, which is you can pay American dollars and you can pay them more than they would get paid in their country. You have probably been brainwashed that Latin American employees and people in Latin America just live in the jungle and secretly somehow have a Wi-Fi signal. And the truth is that these people may be like Lionel Messi, maybe like Shakira, maybe like Sofia Vergara. Your favorite Latinos could be this type of people. And the reality is that these people are highly educated with top college education, very good English where they have to learn it by themselves, work in your time zone, and they are desperate to find an opportunity in the US without migrating to the US because they prefer to live in their country, or they couldn't just find a way to get to this country because they're scared of ICE and immigration and all that stuff. If you're new to my channel, my name is Esteban Andrade, and along my business partner Omir blog, we have hired over 1,500 people in Latin America and helped over 2,000 businesses scale by connecting them with really high-level talent and helping them with their marketing, their sales. And we have had clients like Go High Level, who were one of our first ever clients that actually found someone that is currently working in their company for more than 5 to 6 years. Ever since Go High Level started, it was one of the first employees ever, 37 employee, and they're still there. And we have worked with the best people in the space like Eddie Malouf, Brian Pineda, and big companies like Keller Williams, Realtor.com, Zillow. We hire people from there, we hire people that are experienced. It all comes down to 3 main pillars that separate successful hires and entrepreneurs that grow their business to multiple 7, 8, and 9 figures from expensive disasters and people that you hire in your business just to go broke. And once you master these pillars, you'll understand why companies like Tesla are building huge plants in Mexico so that they can take advantage of Mexican talent, and smarter entrepreneurs started to hiring offshore and onshore. I'm about to show you the exact presentation that we gave to a private community of real estate investors and wholesalers and flippers that we have paid over $10,000 to assist, because I want to give everything away for free for you to learn how to actually scale your business. So if you really want to get rich, if you really want to make a lot of money, this is the right channel, because all the information that you need in order to scale your business, it's right here, right now, and this video will change everything for you. So in the next 45 minutes, you will discover why Elon Musk is hiring outside, why Jeff Bezos is hiring outside of the country, why companies like Facebook, Amazon, Tesla, they're actually moving their operations to Latin America, from Mexico all the way to Argentina. So if you get any value from this and you want more of this content, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to send this to your friend.
All right, so today we come representing Remote Latinos. We own a few different companies, but Remote Latinos have been building remote teams for 7-figure wholesaling and flipping businesses now for over 3.5 years. And we're gonna teach you today how we're doing that. So building remote teams and going from good to grande. Who here has remote team members around the world? Just raise your hand. I wanna know,
Nice.
okay, where are they from? Countries, continents? India, Belize, Honduras, okay. South Africa, amazing. I only heard one Latin American one. So where are you not looking for talent? We hire talent all the way from Mexico to Argentina. And we're going to tell you why. So 40% of Americans usually don't get a passport, so they don't travel. So today, one of my team members will be handing off 8 passports that will include a few different things that you would love about hiring, recruiting, and just onboarding great remote team members. And this passport that we're handing off, you'll find a code, a QR code, where it's going to go through course modules, hiring tools, and growth strategies that we have built. It's more than 40 hours that we pour into this and frameworks that you can use in order to hire people properly, okay? But today, because we only have about 20 minutes, we're going to go over the top 3 pillars to find A players, okay? Talent acquisition, skills ascension, and scale and retain. Without further ado, let me just introduce you to Omer.
What's up, guys? I'm Amir Block. I am the CEO and co-founder of Remote Latinos. Before I was, started Remote Latinos, like I said, I was a Uber driver. A lot of you guys have driven an Uber, and I realized that that's not the path for me. So I moved across the country from Atlanta to Boulder, and I started as a sales guy for 7-figure agency. This is for 7-figure flipping. I work for 7-figure agency. I don't know who stole each other's names. Don't ask me. But I realized when I was working with a lot of the agencies that they have no idea how to find talent, and they were consistently going to Upwork and Fiverr and hiring the wrong people. And then I came to my senses. I was like, if I can help them find A players, like one of my first clients, Eric, who's hired over 30 people from us, and he's actually flown to Colombia and met a lot of his team members. I was like, okay, there's something here. And I myself was drowning in work. I was working 80 hours a week. I only had a couple team members. I was not scaling, burning out. Some of you guys have probably burnt out doing a lot of stuff that you should not be doing on a regular basis. And then I partnered with this man. And if you guys can see, I actually used to be a little bit bald and I got more hair, and he used to be a little bit fat and he got skinny. So I think the partnership has been working out. But we're gonna talk a little bit about Esteban right now.
All right, so my name is Esteban Andrade. In the last few years, we actually built a badass remote team. And building a remote team is very, very hard for a lot of you because you're used to, like in office, you can't communicate properly, but we have a badass team. I was also an Uber entrepreneur, becoming a 7-figure agency owner, okay? I'm very proud of my 4.87 stars in 8 months of 1,000 trips.
Round of applause.
Okay? And I've helped, thousands of real estate investors generating leads and recruiting highly talented people, okay? Now, so these are some of the Google reviews. And today we work with over 1,000 investors just hiring alone. We've helped, the top investors or also influencers in communities to do that. So now we have a trivia question. Who here thinks that Mexico is in Central America?
Raise your hand. Smart people. Very smart people.
Wow. 7-figure flipping, smart. Or is Mexico part of North America? Okay, I love that. Usually people, let's talk about it, okay? Usually people don't get it 100% right, but sure, you guys are the percentage that do have a passport and get to know geography very well. So high five for that. But people usually think that they would look like this. So they're in the jungle, they have Wi-Fi and a laptop.
We want to give a massive shout out to Matt in the back.
Massive shout out to Matt right there.
Yes.
There you go. And so you would think that, or they would think that they look like this with a laptop right there. But the truth is that remote Latinos could look like this. This is Shakira, right? Or Sofia Vergara. Or Lionel Messi, okay? And here's the thing. The goal is that these remote Latinos will take you to the Champions League and make you win, okay? That's what we want. And build your entire operations about high quality talent. We have many clients that they've only hired remote Latinos and they're very happy with them, okay? Okay, so our goal is to actually work with the most influential people in the world. Okay? Bilal in the last picture right in there. We want to make this company so big, so great, that we get attention from companies like LinkedIn, Fiverr, Upwork, things like that, and potentially, talk about business.
Yeah, we're already 1 out of 4, so we're done.
So what are the top 5 reasons you would rather hire someone in North America here locally? Time zone. Let's talk about them. Number 1, so we think is accent, okay? There's a lot of states that, they would just, hang up if they hear an accent, right? Culture, right? It's quite different. However, some states are very, very Hispanic. Number 3 is time zone. You said it, right? What will be number 4? They will require less training, maybe.
Yep.
And number 5, experience, right? You'll find people here locally with a lot of experience. So I'm going to teach you how that's not going to matter. Okay? We're going to teach you that because we're going to acquire the right talent, level them up, and retain them. Okay? So first one is talent acquisition. Just like you market for your company, and marketing is so crucial to generate leads, motivated sellers, find houses, you always have to be marketing for talent as well. This is a two-way thing. So you're marketing to acquire customers, but you're marketing to acquire talent and retain them. Okay? So you're marketing towards your team, towards new team all the time. And this is what talent acquisition is. So the first thing, you got to set yourself up for success. A lot of people don't even have the right setup to start hiring. They don't have a lead generation process, and that's why they go to companies like us. They don't have a screening and assessment interviewing process, and that's why they wonder, like, what happened? Like, they quit 2 weeks after, or I don't like them 3 weeks after. What happened? Okay, just like sales processes, and they have customized process for each role. Okay. So 4 R's is something that we always want people to have, which are the role, responsibilities, requirements, and the results that they actually should deliver. Those are the main important things whenever you're actually creating a job description. And then doing candidate outreach, having multiple platforms, reaching out to candidates or attracting candidates and building your brand as well to have your new people coming in. Like we just are hiring for an operations manager. We're like overwhelmed with the high quality because of our brand. Okay. So here's 10 commandments for hiring that we have. Core values win, mission statement.
Yeah. Systems in place.
Flawless onboarding.
You want to build the short-term and long-term roadmaps.
Have the number of hours that they have to do per day, per week.
We want to have about 3 to 5 active deals or $55,000 to $10,000 saved.
And invest in mentorships like this one.
Time for daily meetings and trainings, and
have end of the day report systems, end of the week report systems, and so on. Okay. Now, what's the rockstar lead gen? First, you develop it like a funnel. Okay. It needs to be something that consistently bring people in. Okay. So, clear understanding of the role, enticing job offer, variety of sourcing channels, leveraging technology, and have a strong company brand. So it's kind of like generating leads, right? A funnel right there. Applications get filled, screening, hiring. So this is more of a like the concept. Application generation, nurture applicants, interviewing, onboarding of these people, and then it goes towards retaining and sending them. Okay. Now, who wants to know the top 5 sources that we hired talent from? So we have Facebook groups still effective, but brings you certain type of individuals. LinkedIn is one of the top platforms that we actually use to post jobs and poach and reach out to candidates. Indeed also works in Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, all the way there. And we have a marketplace now. So every person that comes into our pipeline, we're putting them inside of the marketplace, which means that everyone has been screened. Now there's a marketplace, app.remotelatinos.com. It's like one of the only marketplace that exists out there for remote Latino talent. Okay. So who wants to know the bonus platform? It's going to be Facebook ads. We run a lot of Facebook ads, and I recommend that if you want to check out like how are recruiting companies getting talent for literally 20, 40 cents, okay, on the dollar, like go to the ads library transparency page and check out how they actually have their funnel. Luckily, I'm going to give it to you guys for free. Okay. And we run ads to acquire 50 cents applications of 24 questions, and sometimes all the way to $1 or $1.50 when we're asking for a video in the application. Having an ads funnel, these are some of the exact ads that we get lead managers, kind of like this, needs to be popping and so on. You can take a picture of that too. And we're gonna give you guys this presentation because there's a QR code that you guys can scan to get the exact same ads, okay, to get talent. The steps for screening is very important. Go ahead, Omir.
Yeah, so first off, anybody getting value so far? Yeah, amazing, awesome. So obviously you guys can get all the leads in the world, but if you're not screening them, you're gonna keep going through people that you don't wanna hire. So the first thing that's important is setting criteria for your hire. Like, and what I mean by that is creating a very, very powerful job description. When they read it, it should be like, oh, this is exactly me, or I don't qualify for this. We overqualify everybody. We do a skill and personality test. This is something that I started doing this year and it's been a game changer. I take my job description, I upload it to ChatGPT, and I take the resumes that I'm getting and I upload them to ChatGPT, and I create a specific questionnaire for each person, right? Obviously, it's gonna cover a lot of the questions that the job description is gonna have, but that's been a huge game changer for me because sometimes I'm like, what else do I wanna ask these people? And then what we like to do is we interview people separately. So once they go through the first round of interviews, sometimes it's with me, then they'll go to speak with Esteban. So it's always, I like to interview people in the morning, and then he interviews people later in the day so we can see how they show up at different times and different days throughout the week.
So you can scan this to get exact screening. We're gonna send you guys this presentation, delivered to you guys. All right, so have a streamlined recruiting process, like you guys actually do your sales and marketing processes for generating leads and getting more deals. Number 2 is a skills ascension, and a lot of people actually miss this part.
So now that you've hired the right person, right, on paper, I mean, how many people have hired someone that's pretty good and then they just didn't work out, right? And a lot of times when you hire the right person and they don't work out, you have to ask yourself, like, was it me or was it them? Because it's someone's fault here, right? So we want to make sure it's never your fault and it's always going to be on them, because the best players in the world, Ronaldo, Peyton Manning, Kobe Bryant, all these players, they're incredible because they practice all the time. They practice more than anybody else. I mean, rest in peace, Kobe. I mean, the Mamba mentality, he would show up hours before the game, right? Well, the number one thing that has been a complete game changer for us for every department, whether it's from recruiting to sales, I mean, you guys are in real estate, so it's training. How many people here are doing daily training every single day with their team members? Like every day for an hour a day? Cool, couple people. That's crazy, right? Sales is something you have to train on every single day. And I'll give you guys an example. Early this year, I stopped doing daily sales training. I was doing it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. We took a massive hit in sales. Then I started doing sales training every single day, and we got back on track. It's the only thing I changed. We didn't change our offer. We didn't change our pricing. We didn't change our ads. The only thing I added was, hey, I'm going to do sales training 1 hour every single day. And yes, it's draining, and sometimes we don't want to do it, so on and so forth. It is super duper important to do this, right? And this is what a daily 7-figure training looks like. If you guys scan this, you will get what our training looks like on a regular basis. Another thing is the roadmap. So I'm going to talk about the roadmap here real quick, because it's important. This is an example of like a week 1 roadmap, and we would customize this for different positions. But I want to make sure when they start is that it's so important to onboard the person properly so they know exactly what they need to do from the very beginning. So many people, we expect people to be like us when they come in, and they're like, oh my God, they're going to come in and take over the position, where in reality, they need a little bit of time, especially if they're showing up and they're doing the right things. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but we have a week-to-week roadmap with daily expectations. Every single day, I expect something. We expect, right, whether it's a set metric that needs to be completed, them improving in some way, asking the proper questions, every single day. And we learned this from Hermosi. We went to their office, a few weeks ago, and they said a true A player, a true A player, you will notice within the first 1 or 2 weeks. You're not going to sit there and be like 2-3 months, like, I don't know if this person is good. Like, you have an A player, right? So some of you guys are married. I think some of you guys knew, like, okay, this is going to be the one. I'm not married. I haven't seen that yet, but some of you guys have. So I'm assuming you're like, okay, this person is special. You want to feel that same thing about your A players, because the people that are showing you the potential, they're asking the right questions, they're being resourceful, they're going above and beyond, they're improving every day. But the result is just not there yet. Just be patient with them, because sometimes the result takes time. I think all of you guys know that, especially in real estate. Deals don't come in every single day. You might have to wait a few weeks or even months for the deals to come. It's the same thing with your team members, right? So be patient with the people that are showing you this.
All right, the next one is scale and retain, last one. So I like to say a rising tide raises all ships, which means that if you're taking your team members to a level that they need to be for your company, they automatically elevate your company. But in order to do that, you have to instill those skills and that commitment and that conviction so that they actually develop your company. So you have to learn how to empower to lead, okay? So unlocking their potential, getting to them more personally, getting to them where you can see the next levels that they have and working on that, building impeccable culture. This is something I learned from Amir and something I do now every single month, is that we have wins of the week. He used to do it every week. Now we do it every 2 weeks. And this is shout outs, talk about wins, and then recognize people. That's everything that we do. Okay. Praise and reward. This is something I learned from Leila Hermosi herself. She's like, dude, if you don't know how to do this because you have never been raised to be given this praise, well, you're not going to do it to your team members either. And it's hard to be that positive all the time. So put in your calendar every single day, you got to praise and reward your team members and recognize them for everything they do. Because like the negative things are going to show up more and harder than the positive things. But the thing is that you gotta reward and praise for the positive things that are happening. And hiring a dream team, ultimately recruiting more key remote team members that are really key, take your leadership to the next level. Raise your hand if those that are six-figure real estate investors right here. They're six figures, okay? Or wholesalers, flippers. Raise your hand who are seven figures. Okay, perfect. Wrong. You guys are a marketing and sales organization. Flipping, wholesaling, acquiring deals, all this stuff. At the end of the day, it's a marketing and sales organization. It goes to both ends. You're marketing to get leads and more deals, and you're marketing and interviewing, recruiting to get higher quality talent all the time, okay? So marketing and sales organization is what I've seen. So first marketer, second closer, third real estate, okay? Now, one thing that we've noticed is that the best companies in the world that do real estate, apart from iBuySD, is they do outbound and inbound together, okay? So the number one rule of business that we have learned and that people come to and whenever we help them is that they need to set appointments and close appointments. So where does that lead to? So we need to measure appointments that are showed, getting them into contracts, correct? So what should I first hire whenever we're not sure about hiring someone? Well, we learned, if you guys have ever read Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, that there is a replacement ladder. Now, this is a concept that he actually put together, but we kind of already knew, but this is a good concept to learn. So the replacement ladder starts all the way in the bottom, where you start there, admin tasks, executive admin, executive assistants, so on, that can help you with the general things that are happening day to day, so you focus on setting appointments and closing appointments. Then the delivery. If the delivery is to actually help homeowners by actually getting done what needs to be done, then that's the delivery that you got to do. And then marketing and sales and leadership. That's kind of like how it goes. But what we have realized is that because you need to set appointments and you live by SACA, set appointments, close appointments, you need to hire these operators that are going to help you get those appointments done. Whether that's following up with the leads that just came in or getting new appointments from outbound marketing and like just putting them in your calendar. So hire these operators and run inbound channels that ultimately you'll get a lead. Let's say, for example, from GetSellers.io, which is one of our companies, and then you'll have someone that instantly is calling this person as soon as the lead comes in. Now, obviously, at the beginning, you'll do it yourself, but operator roles is what you need to actually be focusing on at the very beginning to get those SACA, so you become a smooth operator, right? There's a lot of memes that. Anyway, so this is the journey of a real estate investor flipper without remote Latinos. You launch campaigns or buy leads, right? Then you start getting these leads and appointments coming in. Then you start getting busy with contracts. Then their pipeline is full, okay? It gets stacked up. Stress starts coming in. It's a good stress, but then you don't have time for anything and opportunities get lost. So you're back to the hamster wheel because you have no time and no energy.
You can outwork anyone in your company, but you cannot outwork everyone in your company, right? So obviously you're going to be stuck if you just keep trying to do everything yourself. And so many people do this because they have a hard time with delegation.
But this is the journey with the right talent, okay? You get leads from GetSellers.io you launch your campaigns, or you ultimately get, leads, follow-up training with all these people, but they're already qualified, okay? You're getting contracts, then this remote closer or remote setter ultimately helps you book more appointments and ultimately filter, qualify people further, and scaling meeting towards, hey, like, how are we going to take more leads with this amount of time that we have? Sanity is back, and then scale ad spend, or just buy more leads and hire more operation roles so you have the time, okay? So that's what we've seen, so you actually feel like a winner and start winning more. So your next hirings could also be doubling down on your front end and hiring another lead manager or setter type of role to follow up and manage leads. For example, either from an agency or a pay-per-lead company like GetSellers.io. And if things are working well, how do you get more of this strategy? Or a lead generator executive assistant, okay? Now, so again, you got covered lead gen and booking appointments. Your next hiring after that is doubling down on lead management. So you got lead management and following up, okay? So get to 3 to 4 deals per month at 80% capacity so that you can just continuously hiring. If you feel like you're not ready for hiring, it's because you're not busy just yet. Once you're busy enough and you're at a 70, 80% capacity, that's what you start feeling that burden of lack of time and more stress and not the energy that you require to operate at a high level. Start thinking about hiring proactively, okay? So you can actually focus on closing appointments. Now, further down the line, you definitely want to be able to hire closers, delegate sales. But in the meantime, you're actually a specialized sales. One thing that we started seeing and that we started trying is hiring closers for investors. So we have remote closers that are sales-driven, hungry, and there's a lot of Latin American talent that already have gone through the entire experience of working for American companies. They have a great English, great accent, great skills, and all you got to do is like put them into your company with the leads that you got going on, so you can keep closing more deals. Okay. So at the end, you start focusing on becoming a better leader, the better sales manager, and don't stop daily trainings like we talked about. And this is one book that we actually recommend if you want to learn more about how to actually make the hiring decisions, through the book Who, which helps you solve the problem of building team members. So Alex Ramosi says that a company is built based on systems, and you scale a company based on people. That's why I wanted to create this company to help my clients in the agency side that get leads, they get busy, to scale, because there was a bottleneck all the time. Oh, stop the leads, stop the campaigns. That's what we used to have all the time. So we created Remote Latinos. Get your passport, guys. I'll have everything that you guys need, literally. If you guys want a physical passport, definitely let us know. We'll send you one. We'll have everything printed in there too. But this passport will have everything. So here's your to-do list. If you haven't done it and you're ready to do the next hires, build core values, finalize vision, share the 2026 strategy pathway, paint an ascension path for each one of the team members, and create objectives with each team member, such as OKRs or ROCs, okay? So that's about it, guys, that we have for you. Hope that you guys liked it.